fits where she is now and honestly where she should be. We shouldn't be still stuck in a cultural appropriation time where everything was okay. You don't get to have $1 billion brand and still move like an edgy Tumblr teenager. You just can't. Are we serious? Fans want a version of Kylie back that's called edgy when in reality it's problematic. Hi guys, I'm Tati. Welcome to Tati's Media, where I get to inform you while offering my perspective on different things in the media. In today's video, we're talking about the King Kylie rebrand and the controversy that comes with it. I want to preface this video by saying I'm not here to criticize Kylie Jenner's every move that she's ever made with this King Kylie era, and I'm not here to put her down either. I just really want to spread some light on the King Kylie era and the rebrand because of all the hate she's getting behind it, because it's a little bit deeper than what people think it is. First, what is the King Kylie era? Okay, the original King Kylie era was around 2014 to 2016, and people say that this was prime Kylie era, or best era. Kylie was the most followed teenager, and she was absolutely dominating Tumblr and all their mood boards. Tumblr, if you don't know, it's like, because I know that a lot of older people watch, so Tumblr was just another one of those social media apps. I would compare it to Pinterest, a mix of Facebook. Yeah, Tumblr was just like another regular social media app. She was one of the queens of just colored hair, overlined lips, baggy clothes, grilled teeth, hip-hop influences, etc. People described her as edgy, cool, and overall she was untouchable. What she recently announced was this rebrand of the King Kylie era. A couple days ago, she posted, "This King Kylie collection is truly for you." Basically, she was giving thanks to all the fans and saying that she's seen all the messages people asking for a King Kylie collection. It was this fearless era that she had at just 17 years old, and she was giving the launch date of when this rebrand would happen, and everybody was excited. However, people were not exactly happy because, if you want to make a person, just stay with me, okay? Because we will get into the controversy of it. Basically, Kylie Jenner's aesthetic has shifted to more of clean girl, neutrals, and nude colors, you know what I mean? Versus back then, the King Kylie era was like I was talking about, the blues, the blacks, the mattes, the grunge, etc. So the rebrand is still fitting into recent Kylie's era. Very luxury, clean girl aesthetic. It's not what the old era once was, you know? On one hand, people are saying that if she was gonna rebrand this and not make it the same as it was back then, she shouldn't have done it at all. And on the other side, people are saying she's a mom now, a CEO, she's a grown woman, like she has to kind of keep a balance with it. But there's also another reason that we have not talked enough about of why Kylie potentially isn't going with the full old rebrand of this, because the old Kylie took part in a little bit of culture appropriation, I would say.
Now let's talk about Kylie Jenner essentially trying to relaunch the King Kylie era. She posted this on Snapchat for us to anticipate, and it's got a lot of people talking. It feels like her soul isn't in it. That is for the sole reason that Kylie Jenner and her King Kylie era happened around a time where she was heavily influenced by black culture, black looks, and black friends. I think she's seen that it was an era that a lot of people liked for obvious reasons, but now that she's kind of rebranded into, you know, future Oscar winner Timothée Chalamet's girlfriend, it seems like she is leaning more into what would be more acceptable with her being in a relationship with someone of that kind of caliber. One user even says that the King Kylie shit is awkward because so much of that era is based off of Tyga, even down to the name. Like, it's time for us all to move on. Honestly, if Kylie wants to sell some lip kits and stuff and, you know, launch something new, that's fine, honestly. But it's gonna be pretty hard to replicate an era that the Kardashians as a whole have completely abandoned.
Fans of the time were praising her for cornrows, acrylics, overlined lips, baggy clothes, big hooped earrings, all things that Black and Hispanic women had worn for years but were criticized and stereotyped for it. However, when Kylie was wearing it, it was trendy and cool and untouchable, right? The other side, when Black women and Hispanic women wore it, they were deemed as ghetto. She's benefiting off of a look or culture without facing the backlash from it. So we've heard enough from Miss Jenner. We love hearing from others on this channel, so let's hear what other creators have to say about the controversy.
I'm sorry, King Kylie's just not going to work. And before you crucify me, here's why. Kylie is almost 30 with 2 kids. King Kylie is when she was a teenager. She was deemed as one of the ugliest ones by society. She wasn't really fitting in like her sister who became the model. And all her family at the time were trying to produce big companies, organizations. So if you look at her Snapchat, she was so rebellious, she did not care. She was out partying, she was changing her hairstyle, doing makeup that she liked, it wasn't what society deemed, and she was just breaking whatever she wanted to do. And that's why it was so iconic. Because it was just, I don't give a F attitude attitude. And yeah, it's cool she brought back teal extensions, but the puppy dog filter, it's not screaming King Kylie. Driving around in a Rolls Royce with King Kylie as the tag of your car, it doesn't scream King Kylie. And I don't know, this is like her third time trying to bring this back. And I get it, we age out of things that we used to do when we were younger. And as much as I love this era of her, it's okay to let it go. And mind you, I could be wrong, this could be an amazing turnaround. But X is not having it. And someone said the reason she can't reheat these nachos correctly is because King Kylie era was heavily associated with blackness and black culture. King Kylie was an alter ego, borderline ghetto colored wigs, long nails, rappers, nightlife. She was fun. Being black is fun. Now, I'm not all for the black culture, this, that, and the third, but around that time, she was dating Tyga, I believe, and she was with like best friends with Jordan Woods. Now, I don't associate as she was just trying to do black culture. I think she was just more alternative, because you guys remember when her bathroom was all black? She just did things that were just not regular or out of the ordinary, that her mom would literally be like, oh my god, Kylie, what are you choosing? Whereas her aesthetic now is like the clean cut girl, has 2 kids, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I think her sales are doing as well, as that's why she's reverting back to that era. What do you guys think?
As someone who was on social media heavy during the time, I don't think today's kids understand how powerful Kylie Jenner used to be. Especially because when they came out, Kendall Jenner was actually more popular than Kylie. Then once Kylie started getting the lips and messing with Tyga, allegedly, she started to grow a bigger following. It was even a point where Kylie Jenner said she didn't like the Snapchat update and it impacted the whole stock. So to like be someone who was there during that time and see her trying to like bring the King Kylie era back and fail each and every time, it's just like, it's kind of like a sight to see. I wouldn't have expected this in 2015. But the thing that she's missing, if we're being honest, is Tyga. The entire King Kylie era was because Tyga was a hood LA boy and gave her swag. He gave her all the juice from his baby mom's Black China, helped her copy everything from like the wigs and makeup and stuff. And now he's gone. And on top of that, she doesn't have anybody to really steal that juice from. Because it's 2025, fashion and trends have changed. So now it just look cringy. But if she go attach herself to somebody that's really fire out here nowadays, I'm not gonna tell her to steal, but she might be able to make it work.
No, guys, I promise, if Kylie started dating a black man again, she might probably revert back to the old Kylie, the Kylie ways. That's what I call her, Kylie Jenner, where she starts wearing her wigs, the yaki hair, the braids. We know the Kardashians usually morph into the men they're dating and their exes to kind of copy them, because sometimes they don't have a personality, unfortunately. But what is missing is black culture. She's not dating a black man anymore. She's in her Lily Rose Depp era because she's with Timothy. I really just want to see the difference so we can observe. Let's say her and Timothy are not dating anymore, and then she starts dating another black rapper, not like a black man, because they're different types of black people, the aesthetic that she loves, the black rappers that wicked sick the sip, Future, hints of ghetto, very whatever, and they love the kind of ghetto white baby mama girls. Imagine she reverts back to that old Kylie, I think, because her heart's not really in it. She's like, Timmy probably won't like this, so I'm just gonna pretend that I'm into this whole black people stuff again. I'm into this whole swagger things, but I just want to pick daisies and copy Lily's pout and wear belly flats button to the top.
Shout out to those creators. I really enjoyed hearing their perspective, and now it's time for my perspective. It's time for Mind Over Media. Welcome to Mind Over Media. My mind over the media is my perspectives on the controversy. As always, no hate. These are just my perspectives. Okay. So we've been talking a lot about race on this channel recently, but to be fair, it's not entirely my fault. Okay, the media is just doing some interesting things. Not that Kylie here is, I'm just saying that there's been a lot of racial injustices this end of the year so far. So, it's not completely my fault, guys. And either way, it needs to be talked about, because if it's not talked about, then it's not going to change. Yes, I think that King Kylie was an iconic internet moment for 2014 to 2016. And in those years, a lot more was acceptable, we'll find, obviously, because we never said any of this in 2014, 2016, right? Back then, it was normal and it was cool and it was trendy. Does that mean it should be brought back, though? Does that mean it wasn't culture appropriation? Because at its core, yes, there are aesthetics that were glamorized that weren't hers to claim. I'm not just talking about her wearing cornrows or anything, okay? I personally don't think just wearing a hairstyle makes you cultural appropriating any culture, okay? I personally don't believe that, and there's a lot of people who do get mad at that, and I can see both sides. The difference is that it wasn't just the cornrows or the hair, it was the overall demeanor. And you could just tell who she was hanging around obviously influenced this, because she was hanging around a lot of other black women and black men. It's fine to be inspired by a culture, right? I think a lot of things in the media have been inspired or taken a little bit from different cultures. And like I said, for its time, we didn't really care. But I feel like because we care now, I don't think it makes us soft. I don't think it makes us snowflakes. I think it shows that we have evolved, to me at least. We're gonna get that to the side, right? From a business standpoint, everyone being mad because the rebrand isn't what it used to be back in the day, and it's not cool, edgy, untouchable Kylie. It's clean, it's nude. Let me talk to you guys from a business standpoint, okay? She's doing what works. She's adapting the clean girl aesthetic to the rebrand of King Kylie, okay? As the people were saying earlier, she's a mom, she's a CEO now, okay? She's grown. This era was happening when she was a young adult, right? She's a grown woman now. The rebrand of King Kylie is a polished, brand-friendly, and controversy-free rebrand, and I think from a business standpoint, this is perfect. Fits where she is now and honestly where she should be. We shouldn't be still stuck in a cultural appropriation time where everything was okay. You don't get to have $1 billion brand and still move like an edgy Tumblr teenager. You just can't. Are we serious? So I think that the rebrand is fine and there's nothing wrong with trying to mix the clean girl aesthetic while still paying tribute to her old self. But we've heard enough from me. It's time to hear from you guys. What do you guys think about the rebrand? Do you guys think that Kylie Jenner was partaking in cultural appropriation? And do you guys think that public figures can grow from their past without apologizing publicly? And what aesthetics do you think that we'll look back on now in 10 years and think of it a little bit more critically? Let me know what you guys think. I'd love to hear your guys' perspectives. And yeah, okay, love you. Bye.